too much, I wish I never met him.
I know it's over. Check out my cold shoulder. I know it's over. Lie on that whole shoulder.
I don't know why she's so upset that I'm saying, like, stand up for yourself. You don't ever let nobody hit you. So Biggie's whole thing lately is like, I am the clown after 4 seasons of being on Baddies. So I just feel like now what she's trying to do is get Anna and Seki and her crew that she's always had on her side. But they didn't get into y'all shit. They didn't get into y'all shit, which was surprising.
I can appreciate that.
Oh, you got the plane? They fought on her birthday. I was really upset about that.
I was irritated.
And this guy from my class was there doing his laundry. And I didn't expect to see anybody there. I didn't expect to see anybody there. And, you know, this is what I was looking like. Let me fix my stuff. And then knowing I'm sick, I'm over here laughing at what he's saying. I'm over here laughing at what he's saying. And you can hear how sick I am. I was embarrassed. This is how I was looking. I was like, oh, hey. Let's give him a ride, the scientist. But goodness, but that's how I was looking. Like, I'm over here laughing like and you can hear like my throat. You can hear the sickness. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm like, don't get on my bed. And I was just like, it wasn't awkward, but it was kind of awkward just because he had a shirt off and he had some packs. Yeah, he had some packs. Yeah, he probably caught me staring at that chest. He probably caught me, but this is me, like, that's literally, like, this is how I'm laughing. Like, that, like, yo, I can't help it sometimes. Like, sometimes when I laugh, I fall over like this, and I move my knees like, and that's just how I laugh, though. Like, sometimes that's how I laugh, because if I don't, like, sometimes I laugh like uncontrollably and loud. So if I don't, like, move my body in some way, like, it will just be uncontrollable. Like, that way, that's how I control my laugh sometimes. So I'm like literally, mind you, I'm sick. So I'm like literally in front of this man in my class. He doesn't have a shirt on, and I'm trying my hardest not to stare at his body, because oh my gosh, packs, y'all, packs, right? I'm gonna try my hardest not to do him like that. You know, not trying my hardest not to make him feel uncomfortable by looking at that chest. But he probably, I'm pretty sure he saw me, my eyes wavering to that chest instead of his eyes, you know. I'm like, this is me. Yeah. Yeah, that's me, just a little bit. Just a little bit, and I just find that so funny. It's probably one thing I'm supposed to kind of, like, or something like that, because there's another guy in our class named Peter, and he most likely thinks I like him, you know, but I don't. I think Peter is cute, but I don't want Peter, you know. I don't want Peter. I've heard some things about him, and even before I heard some things about him, the things that he's done that I've seen for myself, I don't want to be with somebody like that. But he's a good person. I mean, at least from what I've seen, he's cool. But everybody else is like, he seems like kind of a douche, you know. They're talking about something. He seems like kind of a douche. And they also said that, you know, he parties a lot, which is fine. That he parties a lot, which is fine. And that he freaking, I need you now. was focus groups. They're also saying that, you know, he be talking to one girl in the bar, but then leave with another, and then another one said that the girls that, you know, he does it with, he doesn't care about pleasing that girl, he cares about pleasing himself. So I'm just like, oh, hold on, I'm not doing that again. No, I'm not doing that again. So, but that just I don't want, even though that didn't move me in any type of way. That didn't move me in any type of way because I already didn't want him for Christmas. I just thought he was cute. I just think he's cute, and I like flirting with him because his voice, you know, he's international from the Netherlands, you know, Italy in his backyard for real. But yeah, I just like talking to him. Yeah, that's it. I'm like, Peter, don't be mean to me. Do not be mean to me, Peter. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, I'm just looking at the dude in the laundry room, like chest face, chest face, chest face. Trying my hardest not to make him feel uncomfortable and keep on looking at his chest, but that was a nice chest, and you know there was no like red marks. Like that was a clear chest. You know, that was, yeah, okay. I'm just a girl at the end of the day. Anyway, I'm like, which twin are you? Like, are you the one in my class or no? And he was like, yes. And I'm like, you're not the one in my class. And he was like, oh, really? I am. I'm like, what, for real? And that's when I was like, oh. And that's when I was like, that. He was like, that's crazy because you sit right behind me. I'm like, yeah, you would think I know since I'm a twin myself, even though he's a guy twin, but yeah. And then after that, that's why I said, don't get on my fit. And then I was just like, and I was just like, you know, I'm gonna let you go because I don't want you to see my underwear, because he was putting stuff in the dryer and I was taking my stuff out the dryer. He was like, you know, I'm gonna let you go because I don't want you to see my underwear. And then that's when he did stuff, and then he left. But you know, like, why did you say bye? But you know what, it's whatever. You didn't have to say bye. I didn't mistake you for your brother. But I think, listen to me. I would have figured it out. I was about to say it's because you have no shirt on, but I didn't. Because people be telling me that. You know, sometimes the things I say, like, I'm too blunt and that makes people uncomfortable, and then I be saying some random things, like, you just be bringing stuff out of nowhere, and then sometimes that makes people uncomfortable, and they be like, you're socially awkward, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah. And they're like, you're weird. And I'm like, yeah. It's like, it's not a bad thing. I'm like, oh yeah, period. But yeah, I'm just not for everybody. You know, I'm just not for everybody, but whatever. Anyway, that was just a little story time. I am sick. I'm still sick. I have bronchitis. My ears are still muffled. Like literally, like, and I be getting comments like the people at work because I quit. And it was like, why'd you quit? I'm like, I have bronchitis. And like, when I was feeling sick, like after spring break, I was like, the day before I left, I was feeling sick like that night. And we left, and that week, I think I had like strep because I saw that white stuff at the back of my tonsils. At the back of my tonsils, right? And you know what? I was like, it's probably strep. Then it went away. But then I was still, that's when I started to cough up like phlegm, you know, mucus. And it's like, you know what? I can't stop my coughing. I keep on coughing up phlegm. I need to go to the doctor. So I went to CVS, the minute clinic, and that's when they told me that I have a cold and I have bronchitis. And that's when they gave me medication and an inhaler because they said something collapsed in me. And this will help it puff it back up. But but she told me to stop holding in my cough because I was really, really holding in my cough. Because, you know, I find out disgusting. Like, when people cough in public, I find out so disgusting, like, ew. So, like, I'm trying my best not to cough in public because it's just so, because I find it so disgusting. Like I get on me, like, just find that so disgusting. But yeah, so I quit. And literally, like, earlier today, ever since I got my inhaler, I've been throwing up. I think something in the inhaler is making me throw up. Like, literally earlier today, I know I said that over again, but yeah, I threw up like 3 times. I threw up 3 times. But I need you now. But yeah. And then I threw up more, but nothing came out those times. But I felt the pain. Like, it hurts. Like, it hurts to throw up when you have nothing to throw up. Like, it just hurts your chest. And it was really, really hurting my chest. But yeah, so I quit my job. Because I told myself, like, if I have bronchitis, I'm quitting. Like, that's it. I'm not going to keep on working in the kitchen and doing all this stuff when I'm sick like this. When I'm sick like this, holding in my cough. And, like, people are like, well, why do you have to quit your job? And I told them that, you know. And I told them that. But, hey. But yeah, so I quit my job. But yeah, Tuesday is my last day, and it is this day. Don't mind my phone, y'all. A freshman did it because he wanted to play, put my stuff inside of my hat, and then wave it around like this, and it fell off of a rooftop on the bottom stairs, and this is what happened. And of course he's not paying for it because I know his situation. I know he does not have the money to pay for it. So luckily my mom has insurance, but I don't know when this one is going to get fixed. It does look like this, but when you open it, let me show y'all. I need you now. Like, this is what it looks like. When it's open, this is what it looks like. I want, you know I can't. But yeah, that's what it looks like. You know, I'm done with my story time. It's 3 o'clock. I have work in 1:30, and honestly, I got into it with a freshman girl. Like, the freshman girls are weird. Like, they're weirdos, and I can't give them no sympathy because when I was a freshman, I wasn't a weird girl. Like, I wasn't weird. But that's the story time for another day. Like, I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna go to work, and this one supervisor is there. If I'm not putting on pizza, or if I'm not serving, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And I'm like, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then I went to the bathroom, and then I'm gonna come back and be like, John, I just threw up 5 times. I can't stay. I just threw up 5 times. I'm leaving. I'm sick. I don't feel good because I'm just not playing. Like, I'm just not playing. Like, if I'm not on pizza or if I'm not serving, I'm leaving. Like, I'm not going to clear. I'm not going to this room. I'm not wiping tables. I'm not doing none of that. So if I'm not on pizza or serving, I'm gone. And that's on that for real. Like, I'm already sick. I already threw up 3 times. More than 3 times today earlier. Because even though nothing came out after the 3rd time, I still threw up more because the pain in your chest. So I'm not dealing with it. No. But I never had a right. I'll tell you that story time another day. But yeah. Hey guys. Hey guys, so I'm watching American Housewife. I love them, but as I'm like trying to like upload this video, I realized that I didn't give y'all an update on what happened. So I ended up going to work, obviously, and I went there and I saw this girl named Chanel there, and well, I saw this girl named Chanel there. She was at my station. She was at Pizza Station, and I'm like, yeah, no. So I'm over here talking to the manager, one of the supervisors who's about to leave, and she's like, I don't know why the supervisor who was taking over for her put her there, but she's not even on the schedule. So then I went to John. I'm like, so where am I? He said he tried to put me in this room. I said no. So basically I ended up leaving, because he tried to put me in this room and I said no. But then my boss, who's above him, literally the second in command for real, that's there, called me. He was like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, I'm good. She's like, can you go back? I'm like, And then she was like, what's wrong? And I basically told her that John was trying to put me in the dish room even though I was sick. And she was like, oh, no, you don't have to go to the back of the dish room. You're sick. I'm going to put you in the dining hall. And I said, I can help out for like the last hour, but I can't be in there for the entire shift. So she was like, okay, cool. I'll tell John that you have 2 more days left. Okay. So I ended up going back to work. And yeah, but he ended up coming to me and said he's gonna put me with Clarity with Janet, and I didn't make a fuss because Clarity's fine. And I said, am I still going to this room? He said, oh no, you're not going to this room. Goodness, that was ugly, but he said you're not going to this room. So yeah. I love work, but then I went back. Yeah, so yeah. But that's not even a full story. I'll give y'all a story time on Yeah. I'm gonna give y'all a story time, so watch out for one of the next videos about me getting into an altercation at work. Physical conduct. That was on my part. Anyway, find out in the next video. Well, in one of the next videos later. I love y'all.